What's up, guys? Let me get Brian in here.
There we go. Now we wait. I don't know what's going on with this. There we go. Brian, what's up?
What is happening, my brother? How are you, man?
What's going on, man? So, welcome everybody. Episode 16, Road All American. I'm literally on the road. That's what this is about, right?
And we're both on the road.
Oh, you are too, yeah.
I'm camping at Kerr Lake.
There you go. I'll be down there in October.
We're here for a Cat Carolina Anglers Team Tournament Trail event. I think it's guaranteed $10,000 to the winner for this 2-day event. So we're down here camping for the weekend, man.
Nice, man. Let me just pay the bills real quick. This episode is brought to you by Lion Energy, my title sponsor, show sponsor. Make sure you guys check them out. I'll hit the link in the bio. Guys that ran the UT 1300s all weekend never got below 83%.
Wow.
So the whole weekend. And also, the show was brought to you by ROKFORM. No joke. Buy this mount. I'm not just pitching products here. Go to rockform.com, code DMiller25. You get 25% off. It's a twist lock mount, and you get the twist lock phone case. That thing just mounted to your console, whether you use a ball mount, whatever. It just stays secure. It's there no matter how hard you hit a wave or what kind of conditions you're in. Your phone ain't going nowhere. So make sure you guys check them out, rockform.com and lionenergy.com. All right, Brian, so you're the head honcho of the Bass Cast.
Yes, sir. Guys, basscast.com was created about 15 years ago. And it's a cool story. I used to, I started a blog. I was big into, media and social media. And I started a vlog during a divorce. And the fishing part took off. And so I started, I've always fished, but lake, pond, grew up deep sea fishing, spent most of my life doing that. And, I started the bass, it was called Central Virginia Basscast.com at the time. And about 4 or 5 years later, we changed the name to the Basscast because we grew from Virginia to North Carolina, South Carolina. And we just kept growing and growing and growing. And it's 15 years this year, I want to say.
That's awesome. Now, there's like a ton of fishing websites out. But one thing that stands out with your site that I really appreciate from it is like the actual journalism, where there's actual articles like that are well written. I appreciate that, like being a fan of the sport, and that's what gravitates me towards your site. There's other other niches for different things with other sites, but yours kind of covers like the whole tournament scene. It's all in one place. And you don't have to go to 15 different websites to see who did what where. You just go the Basscast and you kind of get like a gist of everything going on in the industry at any given time.
Yeah, to be honest, that's why I created the website. That was the main why. I mean, I saw a niche and an issue, and so many different anglers are like, "What's going on this weekend? Where can I fish? Where can I donate? You name it." I mean, where can I be a part of what's happening in the world of tournament bass fishing locally and abroad? And we, our schedule, we've got a scheduling section on the website, guys, and it's huge. I mean, it really is. It's big because it's a calendar runs daily, but so many people want to know what tournaments were going on where you didn't have to go to 5 different websites, or you didn't have to follow 5, 10, or 15 different Facebook pages. Who can keep up with all that? Just go to basscast.com, click on tournament schedule, and to be honest, if your schedule's not on there, it's not my fault, because the beginning of the year, it takes me about a week to put all the schedules on there because I work a full-time job. But yeah, that was one of the things about the website that, that I wanted was a good place where people could come see tournament results, pro series as well as what's happening right here in your local derbies. And we've been pretty daggone successful at it so far, and we're continue to grow.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. You've been doing a stellar job. How many people work with the website?
Me,
Total? Just you?
actually, I have Bruce Callis. He's one of my writers. I have Alicia Matherly. She's one of our. She covers a lot of events on Smith Mountain Lake for me, so I can get a weekend off. And to be honest, I don't get a weekend off because I'll come down here to North Carolina or Bugs Island or one of them other lakes and cover another event. And Danielle helps me with my tournament series and some of my social media, and that's it. A lot of it's funny you bring that up. I was talking to a lot of people at Raycrest this past year that had big, big teams and they were big websites. And you guys all probably been to all their websites. I can bring them up, but they're down to 3 people. They got rid of the head count and they're down to, because we're in a modern day world. Before we'd have to have that.
Yeah.
But excuse me, guys, I just ate dinner. Woo!
Anything
Camping,
good?
it's beautiful.
What did you have for dinner?
Oh, man. You guys have to check out the basscast.com. I'll put a Facebook post up. But, man, we had brats, hot dogs, hamburgers, lettuce, pasta, salad, you name it. The boys over here are cooking up tonight, and we're eating pretty daggone good. So, luckily, that's one thing, too. I met, about bass fishing. David, I know you'll say this as well. So many people that you meet and become good friends with that, they'll invite you over to hang out, and that's what these guys did tonight. I got a call about 30 minutes ago. Hey, we're eating steak tonight. You want to come hang out? So it's just a blessing just to have that alone that, I got a great group of followers and a great group of people that want to hang out with me. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you do make a lot of. I can say personally, I've made a lot of really good friends through fishing. Most of my friends are fishing related at this point.
and that's what happens, right, David? I mean, you get involved in bass fishing and you get so involved in it because, I mean, you're a weekend warrior and, you're on the road traveling, doing your thing. And that's it. We all travel as a team. We all get to know each other pretty well. And, that's the great blessing about it is getting to know many, many people. And I ain't gonna lie, guys, Danielle takes the knife for me. It's so many people that know the Basscast, and I'm just called Brian, the Basscast guy. But it's cool just to have that family and just to meet so many different people. So,
My buddy Jason, he fished the BFL up on Ohio River, I think.
okay.
He said I suck at fishing. I'm retiring. Oh man,
I hear that.
place is tough.
I hear that every single day. I mean, it's like this like sucks. You guys seen the T-shirt?
I need one of those. I need that for at home, Candlewood.
Yeah, I know. Smith Mountain Lake's the same way, guys. I mean, it will break you or make you on Smith Mountain Lake. A clear, deep body of water. You go catch some giant bass there, but I've got the T-shirt, 0 or 0. I mean, that's pretty much what Smith Mountain Lake is like.
I haven't been there yet, but I will be at Kerr in October. Road All American hashtag.
Yeah, I should be able to make it down for that. I've been, because I am a one-person crew here, and it's hard to find someone in a niche business. It really is. It kind of understands the world of bass fishing. And
Yeah.
either you're going to find someone to cover tournaments that have never fished before because anglers don't want to do this stuff, or you just do it yourself. And that's why I don't fish. I just cover tournaments and interview anglers and get to hang out with some great people.
So a lot of my following, a lot of blue collar guys, they don't they may only get to go out once a month fishing. Got kids are tied up with sports. They
Oh,
love
yeah.
fishing. They used to do the weekend deal all the time. So a segment of the podcast, the series, I like a go-to bait deal. Like, what's your go-to bait the past couple years? And so
Uh,
these guys that watch this can be like, hey, I'm gonna go try this weekend when they get to go out because they may not be able to go out a lot. So give them something that'll be productive for them. What's been your go-to bait?
I ain't gonna lie, guys. Up here, I love throwing a drop shot on a robo worm. Smith Mountain Lake, it's bubble gum all day long. Drop shot it up underneath docks. That's like a staple up here on Smith Mountain Lake. And when I go to the river, I fish a lot of river because I'm right on the James River, but I'm on I guess I count the lower half. It's, shallow water, but some deep holes. And a big old a green, a chartreuse lizard is my favorite color, and a watermelon red Cinco. You cannot go wrong with that on the river. I mean, they will tear them up all day long. And that's my three. If I want to have three rods on my kayak or boat, that's what it's going to be.
Okay. Drop shot, robo worm, bubblegum color.
Bubblegum.
Drop shot.
No, a Cinco.
Senko.
A Cinco watermelon red.
And then,
fishing underneath docks. And then, like I said, if you another lizard, I take a lizard, and it's usually chartreuse. And that's what I use for the river as well. And usually the lizard I like throwing, sometimes the Cinco as well, but on the shallow part of the river. And that, like I said, that's what we have here. But we also have Monacan Park, and I know some of you guys fish that as well. And it's just another great bait. There's the Cinco.
Gotcha.
I mean, you're going to go through Cincos all day long there.
So one of my baits for the past couple of years was I was really in case somebody doesn't catch the last episode, one of my go-to baits was a mojo rig.
Okay.
With like a little finesse worm, like a trick worm or something, like 3/16 ounce pegged weight. You could adjust the leader. It works really well. But last year I didn't really throw it at all. So I'm like kind of recommending a bait I'm not actually like a technique I'm not really utilizing at the time. It just didn't call for it, the tournaments I was fishing. But what I did throw a lot last year was a 3.3 and a 3.8 inch swim bait.
Right.
Fat Kitech or fat bodied swim bait. They're pretty much use any of them.
Oh yeah.
But like an 1/8 ounce or 3/16 ounce head in most situations, and you'll get them.
Yeah, this time of the year, definitely the Kitech swim bait does really freaking well around here. And the mag drafts, I mean, you're talking, them giant swim baits on Smith Mountain Lake. We had the Big Bass Tour was here 2 weekends ago. So yeah, last weekend was, what was that? Mother's Day. And then mag draft swim baits were flying off the racks at the local tackle shop, SML Tackle Shack, where I'm located. The dude was selling them left and right for these boys trying to catch and, take home a brand new nitro boat, and $1,000 guaranteed every hour. But that mag draft swim bait, that bad boy it catches them right here on Smith Mountain Lake.
That's awesome. You got a color preference for the mag draft?
Mainly just a white. Just for nothing. I mean, because for you guys that kept up, I mean, Steve Reese was the original big old swim bait guy. He won it on Smith Mountain Lake at a Bassmaster Elite event right after I started this thing in 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there when the elites came to Smith Mountain Lake. That swim bait, kind of turned on here. And, our bass have gotten really evasive lately because about 10 years ago, we introduced the tiger bass into Smith Mountain Lake. And guys, we're up to almost 9s, and we're expecting a 10 by the end of this year, at least. Maybe first of next year, we'll see a 10-pound bass coming out of Smith Mountain Lake.
That's awesome. I haven't been there yet. I gotta get down there.
Come on down. It's like I said, it's guys. If you ever, for some of you guys who have fished Smith Mountain Lake or never have, I mean, it's a achy breaky heart, like the song used to say. I mean, it's is hero or zero, and it happens. I mean, you either crush them or you don't crush them. And we got large mouth, we got small mouth. I mean, I've seen bags. A couple of years ago, I saw 5 fish, smallmouth, 25 pounds of smallmouth bass weighed in at a fishing tournament. Big old stripers. I mean, crappie. You're not going to go home.
Is that they're landlocked stripers?
Yeah. We've got we've got we got some big old stripers in Smith Mountain Lake.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I mean, it was to be honest, I mean, the lake was flooded back in the 70s because it's a man-made lake, if I remember correctly. I probably slipped my mind here, but I mean, it was known big time for a striper lake at the beginning, and then that the bass anglers started fishing. A lot of bass tournaments started happening. And then we've brought a lot of big events, and we bring the big bass tour. But it's a lot of we probably got 5 or 6 striper guides on Smith Mount Lake, and I know we got 2 bass guides, and that's it.
Huh.
The striper mafia, I think that's one of our bigger ones here on Smith Mount Lake. But on our
That's awesome. What do they do? Troll for
I'll be honest, I fished for them a couple times, and you know, if you guys who like fishing late at night, just set up on a bank, they'll run in, eat, and just keep running back and forth and feeding, and you just cast out when they're making the run back. And like I said, a white swim bait, perfect, and you go crush them.
That's awesome. Do people eat them out there?
Heck yeah! There's some striper nugget eating fools around here.
Yeah, it's funny too because like we call them straight bass. I grew up fishing on Long Island Sound, a lot of saltwater,
Hmm.
fishing bluefish, stripers, porgies, you name it, fluke, flounder. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
the down in Maryland, they call them rockfish. They don't call them
Yes.
stripers.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of threw me off. Go to a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, what's rockfish?" And they're like, "Striped bass." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" You don't see that
I'll
on the
get
menu in
darker.
Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean it's some good eats. And if you guys, up there at Lake Anna a couple of years ago, I was up there for an event, and they got the snake heads were introduced. And we're all trying to get those out. I mean, we don't want them in any body of water unless we have to. But I'll tell you one thing, it's some of the best meat you ever gonna eat. I mean, it's some good fishing meat right there. I mean, we battered them up, fried them up, and they're pretty daggone good. So if you kill a snakehead, make sure you eat the daggone thing.
Yeah, my buddy, he goes at night on he lives on the Potomac on the
Yeah.
Chickamuxin, and they go. He has I don't know if it's his buddy or his cousin or whatever, but they have a pontoon boat rigged with the lights, and they go out at night and do the bow fishing for
Oh,
those.
wow.
And they do like a fish fry every like weekend with the snakehead. I don't know, man. I hate catching those things. I've lost so many baits to them.
And I saw, if I remember correctly, yesterday or today, I saw a kayak tournament and they were fishing for snakeheads.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's then got a little too crazy if you ask me. But the meat's great. I mean, like I said, if you kill it, eat it, I mean, you're talking about some good food right there. I mean, and you got plenty of fish. I mean, if you guys haven't seen one of those things, holy cow, I've seen like they're big. They're almost as big as some catfish I've seen.
Yeah, here in Connecticut or back home in Connecticut, they have bowfin on the Connecticut River. It looks just like a snakehead. They're like a
Okay.
little fatter, I think maybe, like a little wider the head. I don't know. I'd have to hold them up next to each other, but it look like the same damn thing.
Right.
And they're a pain. You'll be like fishing and be like bass, bowfin. Damn it! And then once you catch the bowfin, it's like the spot's dead. Like
Mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
the
Yep.
bass don't want to be around them.
Nope.
And then I have my cousin goes ice fishing up in like Maine and New Hampshire and whatnot. Um, oh man, I'm gonna draw a blank. There's some fish. It, he showed me a picture of it, and you have to do like a special technique to catch them,
Oh, wow.
and you have to follow like special regulations to catch these things. Cusk, they're
Okay.
called cusk, and he shows me a picture of it. I'm like, dude, it's a snakehead.
Uh,
Like,
oh,
it looks
geez.
like the same
It's
thing, but it's like,
funny everybody's got different names for the same daggone fish. It's just based on what part of the country you live in.
yeah, it's kind of like it's like bass. Like you got largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass. You got cusk, snakehead, bowfin.
Right. But
But
yeah, I mean, but they're good eats. So if you ever catch one, make sure you fillet it up and take it home with you.
what's your favorite fish to eat?
Flounder.
Really? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I grew up, guys. I grew up deep sea fishing. I mean, I grew up like really deep sea fishing. That was a family trip for us, and it's 5 or 6 times a year out of Morehead City, North Carolina, Emerald Isle down that way. Captain Stacy, Carolina Princess. I've been blue fishing, um, pier fishing. I mean, pier fishing was a go-to. We would do a lot of pier fishing, but yeah, I'm a huge flounder fan. I love flounder. I mean, you can play it
yeah,
up.
flounder is good.
It's only a certain time of the year you can catch them though, but to keep down in North Carolina. But yeah, I love flounder. It's some of the best white meat you ever want to eat. So
Yeah, I like I've been getting this stuff called orange roughy
okay,
from a local fish market. I'm kind of a big fan of that. Everybody tells me walleye is like the best eaten fish, but every time I catch one, it's like mid-tournament and my box is already full. So I never catch one in practice, never catch one fun fishing. Is always during the tournament, whether it's
that's
Champlain, Oneida, St. Lawrence. Oh man, they're fun to catch though. But that's the one fish the elusive walleye.
yeah. I heard they're pretty daggone good. I've never had any myself, but I mean, I don't get. I'll be honest. I haven't made a long trip north in quite a while, so we usually stay south for us.
Yeah, you're not missing much except for smallmouth.
Yeah, that's, and we have smallmouth, so I mean, it's like
Yeah, you're
they're on Smithmount
good to
Lake,
go.
so
You're
we got plenty.
covered.
That's a blessed thing here. I mean, I got the mountains, I got the ocean. Within 4 hours, I can be at Virginia Beach. I mean, we're lucky to be right here. The mountains protect us from the crazy storms that a lot of Kentucky and Tennessee got this month. So I mean, we're really lucky right here in Central Virginia to be a part of that. So
Yeah, I love the James River. That's one of my favorite fisheries.
yeah,
That's a great river.
yeah, the James River guys. If you don't know, Major League Fishing is going to be, the big boys. The Bass Pro Shop Series is coming to the James River this year. They're going to be on out of the Osborne Landing. I don't know dates. You have to go to the schedule, look at it, but I'm going to be up there for the last couple of days, so we're looking forward to that. Getting to see everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that place is it's fun. Um, tell you like a backstory. One of the things that actually sparked the podcast, but 2 years ago, the day one I was in like 21st place, so I was sitting nice, and this was the regionals, and
Yeah,
then day two we had a fog delay both days. Day two, it's like a 2 hour fog delay. I ran into the chick. I only had four, but I had like the right ones. Mine were like 17, 18 pounds for four fish.
mm,
I had a if I had a number five, I dropped like two, but if I had a five, I would have had a 20-pound bag. The and the way I leave the chick, I was like cutting it close. I was like, I got to get back. I gave myself like 45 minutes as like a just in case because I can make from the bridge to Henrico, I can make the run in 38 minutes. That's been like my best time. About a third of the way back near some state park, I broke down,
oh
and
wow,
I ended up like flagging people. Nobody stopped. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then finally somebody stopped, but he was like last flight, and it was already like 20 minutes late, so he would have never made it back with my fish and my co.
right,
I didn't get off the water until like 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. It sucked.
wow,
But the but that place, I like the chick. It reminds me of the one of my home lakes that I guide on, Little Nona.
okay,
It fishes like almost the same, to be honest, except for its tidal and Little Nona isn't. Little Nona they draw water for the power.
right,
Um,
right, right,
Connecticut First Lane Power they draw to create electricity. So um, when they're drawing current, it's kind of like an outgoing tide. You know,
mm-hmm,
so it basically the fish staged the same, they set up the same. It's very comfortable for me to just go to the chick and fish that place.
right.
I love it.
That's awesome. I was actually, it was crazy. I was actually supposed to have a trip to the chick, and the guy's boat broke down, and I haven't heard from him since. I don't know if he couldn't afford to fix it or what the heck it was, but
No, but
yeah, I was supposed to do a road trip up there, and I'd never been on the chick before, so
you never been on the chick?
nope, never been.
Really? I stay at
Yep.
that when I go down there for practice, I'll stay for the tournament. I'll stay in the Richmond area, Henrico
Yeah.
area.
In
But
Rico, yeah.
in practice, I always stay. There's like this resort place that's like right on the water. They have their own ramp and everything.
Oh,
It's
that's
nice.
nice.
They remodeled everything too. It's really good.
I sleep out of, guys, I sleep out of a Colorado 4x4 rooftop tent I just put on the vehicle this year. It's been something years in the making, and I was very excited to finally get it. I do a lot of searching, but this thing sleeps like, I mean, it's got a memory foam mattress in it. It just sits on top of the car. It takes 4 minutes to open and maybe 10 minutes to close because you have to stuff it all in the bag and lock it down. But if you guys are, I'm not sponsored by them or nothing, but for you guys, the tournament anglers, you can put it on the back of your truck. You can put it on your vehicle if it holds weight. I mean, it's, because it is 250 pounds. But man, we fish out of a kayak, me and my fiance, and I can hook the kayaks to the back of the car, head on down the road, and we got everything we need.
Yeah, it's awesome. I need to get something. It's showing up at the ramp at like sometimes I'll travel, like I'll leave at like 7 p.m., show up at the ramp at like 1 a.m., and
Yeah,
then sleep in the truck, wake up 5, dunk the boat in,
yeah.
and it gets old sleeping in the driver's seat.
I, yeah, before the rooftop tent, this is a Colorado. I mean, it's a Toyota 4Runner mine's on, and I would just fold down all the seats and throw down a mattress and sleep. It's too expensive for hotels, and we all know that.
Um, my,
This just
dude, I was
allows
looking
me
at
to have a comfortable bed out in nature for $30 a night.
can't beat that.
No, not at a state park. And 90% of all the events I go to are a state park.
Yeah, like night I was looking at hotels for this coming Derb, the BFL, and I'm doing the cash in the week before. They're like $1,600-$1,700 for the week.
Hmm.
It's insane.
So it cost me $150 for 5 days. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can't beat it. I'll make my money back 10 times over in about 2 years, as much as I travel.
yeah. So what's next for you with the website and everything? What do you got going on?
All right, so guys, tonight I am in Kerr Lake for a cat championship. It's a 2-day event. They're paying $10,000, if I remember correctly, to the winner. Next week is a holiday. We all know that's a Memorial Day. Yeah, holidays. And then the week after that is the next Bass Cast Tournament Series event on Smith Mountain Lake, and we have a great turnout for that. We average about 30 to 40 boats. That's all we can handle anyway. We just give it opportunity for guys to come out, hang out with the basscast.com, and we keep a face-to-face with all of our great followers, listeners to Basscast Radio and the whole 9 yards. So we appreciate everyone fishing with us. And then I think we get about a week or two off. I know we got some. You guys all know down here. I mean, we're talking. The heat gets to us, so we all go to night tournaments. And I don't cover a lot of night tournaments. I still have a full-time job, and they like guys here fish 8 to 1, and that's on Kerr and Smith Mountain Lake. And so I get pretty much about 2 months off to hang out with the family and work on new projects that the basscast.com is working on. And we try to add a new one each and every year. And this year we revitalized our newsletter. And so it's up, and we've got we're sitting at almost 1,000 people, subscribers to our newsletter.
That's awesome.
So it's a lot of different working parts. We got a podcast show. We do that every Wednesday is the plan. It don't work some Wednesdays, but we try to do every Wednesday. And then throughout the week, we're uploading content. And I do all that by myself.
You're a one-man army.
Yeah. It really, yeah, I always think about like maybe hiring someone just to post content, but now I had two writers. I had one that kind of jolted. He got a new job, which is cool. And the other one, both of them got brand new jobs, which is great. So we're down two writers. Like I said, we have Bruce Callis. He's our main writer, but I love to find a couple of new writers that would like to be a part of the basscast.com and contribute to our newsletter as well. So
Nice. You I saw the other day you guys had the post. It was like three of you from your podcast, and I don't remember exactly what you guys said, but it was about the FFS controversy, I believe. Is that still a thing?
well, it is still a thing now. Yes, you really want to go there, didn't you? Uh,
Well,
I mean, after and
because
for you guys who all watched the Chris Zaldane interview the other night with Bill Lowen, it just it just keeps blowing back up, and it's a cycle and a cycle and a cycle. And I know you guys are getting tired of it, but I am media, and I'm trying to stay on top of it. And uh, there's I'm trying to get another young angler on. I uploaded a video to Facebook the other day, and that video has blown up, and it's I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Stay tuned to the basscast.com. That's all I can tell you. I will keep you, I'm not lying. I will keep you guys in the loop as well as I can of what's coming down. I don't have a lot of people write, but I have a lot of people that shoot me messages all freaking day long and be like, hey, did you hear what said? Did you hear what this was said? Did you hear what that one said? So yes, it's still a controversy, and yes, it's still going on. And let's hope by the end of 2024 we'll have it all worked out.
so last year, who did I have on? Oh man, I think it was Bailey Egret from
Okay.
Serious Angler. He was
Yeah.
on the Road All American, and we were we briefly talked about it, and I remember after the show, he posted something, and it was like that post was just blew up, and like whatever the case was, I don't know if he was reporting on it. I don't remember the details, but I was like, where is this happening? Like, because you look around and I don't see anybody complaining. It's like people are just complaining to complain about people complaining about it, but I don't actually see the posts of people complaining about it.
Man,
Like you'll hear like I don't know, that probably made no sense. But if I'm like, hey, I'm getting sick of everybody bashing FFS. I use FFS on a regular basis, but not have a single example of somebody complaining about it. That's like
yeah.
how I take it, because I really don't see anybody complaining about it. And then
All right.
you do see, I have seen a couple things since then, because this was at that point in time, right?
Right.
That I didn't see anybody complaining about it. Since then, I've seen people from a conservation perspective complaining about it,
Hmm.
basically saying the fish are too pressured now and yada
They are.
yada. And now more fish that would have never gotten caught are now getting caught. I don't know.
That's true.
I personally,
And
I
we hear
use
that all the
FFS.
time as well. Here's my take. I'm going to give it to you guys real quick, and it's simple. We're in the middle of a transition in the world of bass fishing. Tournament bass fishing is in the world of a transition. The young kids that came into the Bassmaster Elite season last year are professional anglers. What I mean is they work on their skill and their task and whatever, their skills on the computer, which will, anybody my age, I'm 50 guys, 50 or younger are all grown up on a computer. And they spend 7 days a week on the body of water, on a lake. And it is a job for them. I mean, it has gone from what you guys saw, on Bassmasters. I worked a 9 to 5, and then 9 to 4, 3 days a week or 4 days a week, and then I fished a tournament on the weekend. And they did that during the Elite Series, seasons in the very beginning when it was all started. And in the last couple of years, these young kids now are, you know, it's a job. They are practicing. They know how to work this forward-facing sonar, and they're, a lot of the older anglers are complaining because they got a family to raise, which I understand at 110%. Because, I hear it all the time from anglers. I can't fish this tournament series. And I'm like, hey, dude, your family's first, 110%. Basscast, just blow us up. That's all I ask for. Share, like, whatever. But we're running into that transition in the tournament fishing world, and people are just complaining. That's it. I mean, it's you're either going to have to up your game as a professional angler, or you're just going to have to drop out like some of the older guys did last year that are now fishing the NPFL. And you guys all know the NPFL, they only fish one tournament a month. They're for the weekend warrior with a $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 guarantee, I'm sorry, to the winner. But I mean, they're a weekend warrior event. They fish once a month, and it's simple. It's not these back-to-back-to-back tournaments that Bassmaster does where you're gone for a month. You're at home 3 weeks out of the month. But I was just in a transition phase, guys, and that's all it is. And sooner or later, in another 5 years, we'll be talking about something else that somebody might want to fuss about.
Yeah, I don't know. FFS, I use it as a tool. I use it like even on the Potomac. Like, where's the weed line?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not looking for fish. Like, okay, I need to find the weed edge. Like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Now I know
Yeah.
it's 25 feet
Oh, yeah.
plus or minus from me. Like I use it as a tool, especially like with boulders. Like, things pick up real easy. I know what I'm looking for. I already did my homework in practice, so I still fish like a traditional way, but I utilize different tools. And I don't know. I do get the aggravation with the with some of the guys that were complaining more recently, like this spring, where it's like watching people like watching a pro
It is.
level event where they're just like chasing the same fish, making the same cast over and over and over and over again at the same fish. It's like, come on.
But here
But
you go.
another
I'll tell you
thing,
this. Go ahead.
no, real quick, like if you look at Major League Baseball, they introduced a shot timer on the
Pitcher.
pitchers.
Yeah, because the games
So
were too long.
yeah, so what if there was like a scope timer or something? I mean, hell, these guys got is being broadcasted. You got cameramen on the boat. You got a marshal. Like, okay, live scope. You got
And now,
24 seconds.
David, you've seen them now. They're all linking into their live scope where you can watch the angler and the live scope at the same time.
Yeah,
You just
there's
said it.
options.
You just said it really is. It's just another tool, and I know the anglers don't like that, but guys, we got a whole generation. I've got a 13-year-old at the house. He will sit there for 3 hours watching another kid play a video game. I mean, watch another
Twitch.
on Twitch. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go, David. I mean, they will sit there forever and watch another kid because you know what? They're going to learn something from a kid. Oh, I can beat that game. I can play this. I can do this. And so the next generation is going to be playing this video game. And they're already doing it. And people don't like it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe.
Smoke 87 asks, any tips for Lake Chickamauga right now?
That's all you, my friend.
I don't know. I haven't been there.
I've never been there either. I stay close to home. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm hoping to travel a lot more. I will be at the final Bassmaster Open event down in South Carolina this year when they announce the ones that move on. But I kind of stay in my lane. You're reading comments.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the only recent one. Yeah, sorry, man. No Chickamauga input I could give you.
If you're looking for, here you guys go. If you're looking for a tip on a lake, find a guide. There you go. Find you a guide. Look up guide services on Lake Chickamauga, and I ain't gonna say all of them, but some of them write a fishing report, and there you go. And usually, if they're a really good guide, they put out 2 a month.
Say he's fishing the BBT tour, catching a lot of fish, just no big ones.
Mm. Yeah, that I don't know what's leading that one. I was looking at, I think that one, if I remember correctly, was about a 6 pounder was leading it. That's all I saw. It was an older gentleman who was leading. I saw that video go up yesterday, but I don't know if anything has taken place because that event crushed. That's one of them events where, oh, it's a 964 now. Holy cow. Wow. That's a giant right there.
That's a big fish.
Yeah, that's a big fish. I ain't gonna say that's gonna win, but I have a feeling that's gonna win.
And my PB is 813.
Wow. Mine's a little over 5 because I fish a lot of rivers. So if you get them much over 5, you're doing pretty daggone good on a river.
I got 615 smallie
Ooh,
on St. Lawrence.
that's nice.
Dude, I caught me and my buddy Matt. Shout out Matt DeSimone. We went up to St. Lawrence to jump into caching, like a last minute deal.
Yeah.
And I had this one spot, kind of like out of the way, but it was en route to these other spots we had, and we hit it at one point, and I didn't get bit. And I was like, at the end of the day, he's hopping off the boat, going to get the trailer, and I'm like, dude, do you think we should check that other spot out again? And he was like, what spot? I was like, the spot we didn't get bit at, because we got bit like everything we pulled up on, we got bit, but except for that one spot, and that was like my go-to spot. He was like, you want to go check it now? And I was like, yeah, let's go check it. So he jumps back in the boat. It's like 5 p.m. I run over there. It's like a 15-minute drive out of Clayton. Pull up, flick the drop shot in there, dunk, get the fish
That's
out.
awesome.
615, and in its mouth, it had like a lobster. Like the tentacles or the antenna of the crayfish were sticking out like that far out of its mouth.
Oh, shit.
I go to lip it, and all that's there is the 2 claws, and it's still eating because
That is awesome. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was 615 plus or minus the crayfish. I don't know. Do I count the crayfish? I scaled them up 615. But
Yeah.
of course, I catch it in practice and not in the tournament, so it doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help. That's the way it usually is, though.
Yeah, it's always something.
That's so freaking awesome.
So what time you're hitting the water tomorrow?
No, so I'm just covering this event. You had to qualify for the Cat Championship. There's 216 boats down here on Kerr Lake, but Kerr Lake's huge. If you guys know this lake very well, it goes into Virginia as well as North Carolina. It's the largest body of water we have down here that consumes 2 different states, and it can hold a lot of tournaments. 216's a drop in a bucket, but it's yeah. I'm gonna hang out around here tomorrow morning and probably catch up on some work from the weekend, and then I'll head over to the weigh-in. And you guys, I don't know when this is gonna go up or whatever, but day 1 results have already been posted on the basscast.com. Guys, I'm dedicated. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I don't eat. I don't do anything till my work is done, because if I don't, you guys are just gonna blow up my phone. So I might as well just get it done. Or Facebook or anything else. Be like, where's the results from today, Brian? Why haven't you done them yet, Brian? I don't have a life, guys. I just bass fish. That's it. I mean, I just cover a website. That's all I do. What life do I have?
You gonna do any live streaming tomorrow?
Maybe. I don't know, because this lake does not have the best coverage at all. I'm lucky I have bars now, and they told me I wouldn't have bars, but I actually do have 5G. Thank you to whoever put up a tower down here. But Kerr Lake was the last lake that I covered that put up, cellular Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So probably not. I know the tournament series themselves do a lot of lives, and I kind of leave that up to them. I just do a lot of interviews with the anglers, and then I upload it to Facebook, or I'll upload it to the website. I'll upload the winner's interview tomorrow and photos and the final results on the basscast.com probably tomorrow night after it's all over.
In a couple of weeks. I'm sorry.
after it's all over. So,
Not in a couple of weeks. You gonna shoot up to the Potomac for the Toyota?
that's a great question. I probably will shoot up there for that because I think I'm pretty much done locally. Like I said, for you guys, you know, over the next few weeks, we'll be hitting 80s, 85, 90-degree days, and a lot of guys will be fishing night tournaments. So during that time, I start covering things that are away from Smith and Kerr, and I'll make a few road trips. So I'll just, I'm the type of guys that, do we have anything going on? Nope, we don't. Okay, make me a reservation. I'm leaving. I'm going to a tournament. And that's pretty much what I do. I kind of pick and choose some of those events during the year, and because there are so many. There are
Yeah.
so many.
Yes, there are. Yeah, that June 1st, I'm fishing a local event. My Marina Reynolds boats, they host a Northeast tour,
Oh,
5, 6 events. So I'm jumping in one with a buddy. It's a team tournament,
cool.
so I'm jumping into it with one of my buddies, and immediately after, as soon as that tournament ends, I'm getting in my car and heading back to the Potomac for the Toyota. So
That's awesome. So that's the week after that. So yeah, I might be able to make it up there for that because, like I said, I know that first weekend in June. Like I said, we got our next Bass Cast Tournament Series event on Smith Mountain Lake. So, and then like I said, after that, I know Plater Lake. There's a 94.9 Star Country event. They give away a buttload of money up there on Little Clater Lake up there next to Radford, Virginia. So from after June, it's pretty much just pick and go is what I end up doing because there are so many, but I can't cover. I've gotten to a point now where I can't cover unless there's 50 to 100 boats. I mean, where gas went up, fuel went up, everything has gone up, and I, I make money when you guys go visit the website. I mean, I really do. That's how I make my money. When you go visit the website, when you share a post, when you tell your friends, that's how we make money, and we keep the Forerunner on the road.
there you go. Do you
So
do anything locally with Virginia Bass Nation?
yeah, we cover pretty much all their Bass Nation of Virginia events. They just got a new tournament director a year ago, so they're going through a transition. Mike Bryant retired 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years ago now. And Sid Ryan is our new tournament director for Bass Nation of Virginia, and it's starting to grow again and come back around. It just We're going through a transition. I mean, all tournament series are really going through a transition because there are so much. Like this cat I'm at, guys. This thing has exploded. Cat has, holy cow, North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia. So there aren't that many states. It's called Carolina English Teams Turner Trail, but it should change its name because now it's got 5 states, 4 states, 5 states. But there's so many different events. And then my website's thebasscast.com. There's the hat if you guys want to see, thebasscast.com. But, you know, when Bass did that thing where you could qualify through the team championship, it really hurt Bass Nation of Virginia and all the rest of the Bass Nations because you didn't have to fish those, 2-day events to qualify, to have your chance of maybe going to fish in a Bassmaster Classic. And, the opens, you can go fish those. There's so many different ways if you want to fish a Bassmaster Classic. And there's not so many vacation days in a year for most of us. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, and you're looking to be competitive now. You know that you need at least a day or two on the water before the tournament, and then 2 days for a tournament. So you're looking at 2 days right there. There's 4 Bass Nation events a year, so that's 8 days of vacation. If you go up, if you do qualify through a Bass Nation organization, then you have to go to the regionals, and then that's during the week. So that's 5 days of vacation. Then we're up to about 2 weeks before you made it to the Classic.
Yeah. To do
And that's
to be like to be able to compete in local events and then also events that actually mean something. The magic number is 10. You need to be able to take 10 weeks off from work if you have a day job.
yes,
That's like to accomplish all your fishing endeavors and all your goals.
yes. And most people don't
10 weeks.
have that. You have to be self-employed. You really do. I mean, You know, a lot of the guys that fish Bass Nation of Virginia are, I can say all, but a bunch of them are self-employed and are lucky and blessed to be able to take that much time off. Their wife's run a business or their buddies run a business while they're out bass fishing.
Yeah, that's how you
Because
do
like you said,
it.
it's a,
Or if you have a job that's like supportive of you. You
yes,
have a
and
company, you work with
that's
a
hard
good
to, and
company.
right now after COVID, that's pretty daggone hard because I passed 20 spots on the way down here that are looking to hire somebody right now. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like you, you can't leave work. We need you. If
You
you leave,
can't. No
if you
fishing.
leave, if you leave work, we fire you. Okay. We're at that
Oh
point
man.
now. I mean,
Hey, what are your thoughts on the reason why I brought up the Bass Nation? I was was a member of Bass Nation. I was on the executive board for several years. Tried to implement some changes that never really went through. I did get some changes made that were really beneficial for the organization, but the I'm kind of like let down about the whole situation with the state teams, like getting rid of the state team deal and making it where it's like pay to play. What are your
yeah.
thoughts on getting rid of the state teams?
You know, like you said, I mean, the only good thing about getting rid of the state teams would eliminate another event. And, you know, it, I don't know. It's one of them things where the qualification and how they've Bass has set it up for the qualification. And it really, I mean, I don't really know how much money Bass actually keeps and how much they actually, you know, we do know how bad they were a couple years ago. Bass was reinvesting into all these clubs. But I mean, it's, I don't know about going to the pay to play but I mean, we're already pay to play to be honest. I mean, you look at it, you know, we're like golf or like tennis or bass fishing. You pay to play.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
it's
I felt it was kind of chipped away at the camaraderie amongst the guys because
yeah.
like the state team, like Connecticut was kind of strict. Like everybody stays together. You travel together. You're
Yeah,
paired
because
together. You can't veer off and do stuff. You can't go drive over there. You got everybody kind of like works as team, share information, so the team wins. And
yeah, because Virginia
that
won it
was
last year for
cool.
us.
Yeah, yeah,
Here's the thing about that. You guys got to understand though is, you know, I don't know what they're taking this year and what they're not taking, but in the past, guys, the state team has paid for a lot of the some of the bills, and
yeah,
you know that's why the payouts have been bad. You know, not bad, but you always wonder, okay, why is this, you know, why is a Bass Nation of Virginia payout like 1/3 of what everybody else is paying out on the same number of anglers? Well, because Bass Nation of Virginia or whoever, and I don't know what they're doing now, so please guys don't quote me, but you know, if they take 20% and it goes to the state team at the end of the year, that money goes to pay for fuel, to gas, to food, to all that stuff. And that's why they kind of do that bond family thing while they're there together because state teams kind of flipping some of the bills.
yeah.
And I know back in the day, the state team used to pay your entry fee. So, but it's been changed each and every year. How, I mean, because it's done by your local governing body because Bass doesn't really have anything to do with that. That's all done by the local club. And Connecticut might pay a different way or do something a different way. They might just say, hey, okay, hey, David, here's $500. And I think that's what we're doing now. David, here's $500. You spend it how you want it on this event.
So like a stipend kind of
Right,
deal.
right.
Yeah,
So, I mean, but that's all. I mean, each state does their own thing when it's regarding
yeah.
that.
I don't know. I thought it was. I don't care being political with Bass, but when I was on the executive board, things I've heard and saw and changes that were brought up to be implemented way ahead of the time that they were implemented. It was like Mother Bass treated the nation like the redheaded stepchild, if that makes
Yes,
sense. And it
that
was
they
kind of
did.
kind of made people within the organization that want to grow it and make it better disgruntled, myself included. So
So you were in like the what the mid 2000s or something?
later 2000s,
2010?
yeah,
Huh?
in the yeah in the teens.
Yeah, the teen, yes, guys, if you guys all know the teen, that's when they started spending a lot of money on the college kids.
Yep.
And that money was spent to the college kids for the feeder system. And guys, it's kind of hard to, I mean, I understand that, yes, you're 40, you're 50, you don't work your butt off to go fish a Bassmaster Classic. It's one of the greatest events ever. Thousands of people can see you. But they're really looking for the Trey McKinneys that are going to be there for 20 years. You know, they're
Yeah.
they're looking for all these young kids who are going to fish for lots of years.
Yeah. They pushed the whole collegiate thing
They
like this
did.
NCAA, and it's like
Right.
you would need to have like nationwide. There'd have to be like divisions and other things like to accommodate. I was just talking to a guy the other day. Like down south, like Connecticut may have 40, 50 high school kids. Tennessee's got thousands
Yeah,
of high school anglers.
Tennessee. Gosh, Tennessee is like it's got the biggest kayaking series. It's got the biggest high school series. I mean, but Tennessee was the first, if I remember correctly, the first ever Bass Nation, you know, club was in Tennessee, if I remember correctly.
I think
So
so.
I mean, yeah, so it's Tennessee is it's the home of bass,
But you
a lot of bass
you
kids.
can't compete like the point I'm making is like trying to make it like okay you fish high school, you get a scholarship to go fish for college, and then once you're in the college you get drafted to the pros. Like
Right.
this isn't the NBA or the
No, it's
NFL.
not the
Like
NBA.
it's a totally different because
That's true.
and it's like there's okay like stick and ball sports are like salary based sports. Fishing, NASCAR, MotoGP, motocross, golf, they're sponsorship driven sports.
Oh
It's
yeah.
different. It's they're two totally different realms. And if it was like a structured like a stick and ball sport, like you're gonna sign a contract to go fish for said organization, then yeah, you could do that. But you can't do that in this type of environment. It's crazy talk to even think they could
Don't
do that.
David, don't talk bad about Major League Fishing.
No, not Major League Fishing. I'm talking.
But that's what they were. That's what they were. They signed a contract so everybody gets paid. That's what Major League Fishing wanted to be. They want to be like the stick and ball sports where everybody got a
No,
paycheck and everybody got.
if they wanted to do that, that's fine. But I was saying from a
Yeah.
you can't do like a high school to college
No. No.
scholarship in a stick and ball sport environment. Like
That
it
is true.
doesn't work with fishing. That's what I'm saying. Not
Oh yeah.
like you want
Yeah.
to do pay to play or whatever, or like a salary based fishing organization. Knock your socks off. Do it. Like
Hmm.
cool. But to tell a 17-year-old or just graduating high school is going to fish for Auburn or something that you know keep your grades up and go fish your heart out and maybe you'll get drafted to the Bassmasters. Like it doesn't work that way. Like
That's why you guys see so many of these private colleges do so well in the world of bass fishing. I mean, these private colleges, man, you're talking about lots of hammers come out of these schools because they really do love bass fishing and promote it, and it promotes God, faith, and family. I mean, most of it does. So, I mean, the college kids love it. And I mean, the Howell boys have all come out of some great colleges, but the public colleges really haven't really, I mean, they've caught on a little bit, but they don't really promote it because they got so many other larger sports that they put their money
yeah,
into. So we'll see, man. There's so much going on. I could start a tabloid. I mean, it's a drama every single day. What's going
tabloid.
on? What's going on in the world of bass fishing today, and
Fat boy catches lunker.
and will it, where will we end up when it's all done? And I didn't gave it all up in about 20 years, I hope. So,
Oh man.
but yeah. Love it. Love the sport. Thank you, man, Dave, for having me on. This is awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. It was great, man, having you on. Me and for everybody at home, me and Brian have been kicking it offline a little bit.
On
Gonna try
LinkedIn.
to on LinkedIn. Gonna try to put something in the works together or we have something in the works we're trying to put together for you guys at home.
Yes.
Yeah, you got any sponsors you want to shout out or
Guys,
anybody?
SML Tackle Shack. Like I said earlier, they got you covered. The man fishes Smith Mountain Lake about every single week. He knows what's biting, what you need to catch giant bass. John Cruz at Missile Baits, Ultra Health on Smith Mountain Lake. If you guys, they've got 3 locations. They got Bedford, Moneta, and I can't remember the other location now. But if you get hurt, they're like one of those. They're open 8 to 8 at night. So I mean, it's one of those. I can't remember what we used to call them. They're like a little doctor in a box, but they can bandage you up and get you taken care of. So really appreciate them. And Angler's Choice Marine down in Martinsville, Virginia. They got 4 locations to serve you. You guys looking for your brand new Nitro Ranger, Triton, Skeeter? They've got it all. And then, man, I appreciate you having me on. So
Yeah, man, thanks. Shoot me a message with your sponsor shout outs, like, and I'll copy and paste them, put them in the
cool.
text.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, everybody at home, once again, make sure you guys check out lionenergy.com and rockform.com. Rockform, use code DMiller25. Save yourself some coin on your next phone case and phone mount for your bass boat. All right, guys. Brian, I'll talk to you later, man. It's great
Yes,
having you
sir.
on.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Bye,
Later.
everybody.
Bye.